It's 8 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day.
Well, Amy, the big story this week out of Washington, D.C. was that super committee's super failure in reaching a deal on the debt. So the big question now, what happens and how are you going to be affected by their lack of action here? Joining us live this morning on Good Day is Vijay Murali from Private Wealth Management. Vijay, good to see you once again. Thanks for coming in today. All right, they're calling it the super flop. If debt is such a big problem in this country, why couldn't they come to terms on a deal? Obviously, it's not a big deal.
You know what? I think, number one, most people were probably expecting them to not be able to come up with a solution. I mean, if a big group of people that we elected can't come up with $1.2 trillion, what makes us think that we can just handpick people and have them come up with it in shorter time frame? So I don't think this was a big surprise, but it is a big deal.
Boy, Mayor Michael Bloomberg up in New York City was really upset by this. He said, okay, great, so America is in just as much debt, but now Americans are in even more debt because the stock market tanked when they couldn't come up with a deal. What's going to happen from here?
Well, I mean, if they do nothing and we get no deal, there's going to be automatic spending cuts triggered in 2013. But my worry is 2012 because the payroll tax cut will go away, and then we're going to have the extended unemployment benefits go away too. So yeah, it looks like more trouble next year.
Do you mind if I vent for just a second?
No, not at all.
So those cuts go into effect on December 13th. Oddly enough, right after the 2012 elections, right?
Exactly.
Tell me this isn't political.
Politics as usual. Now you understand why it's just you know, it's almost disgusting when you look at it.
Okay, we see, you know, we talk about it all the time in the news. People see it in the news, but you guys in the investment world, does their inaction really concern you guys or no?
It does. When you see the market swing 200, 300, 400 points a day, that's because of the uncertainty. I mean, this is what's going on. So unless they get their acts together, we can expect more of the same.
All right. So for at least the meantime, we're going to continue seeing these swings because of uncertainty. Is that about it?
I think so. I think that right now you need to build up your cash reserves, build up your emergency funds. If you're a business owner, you should be prepared for less revenues next year. It's time to be defensive.
But I do find it interesting that a lot of foreign countries must be in worse shape because they're still buying our debt. How does that make any sense?
Believe it or not, John, even though we have all this debt, we're still the reserve currency of the world, and when people get scared, they buy U.S. dollars. Let's just hope that continues.
So if it's bad here and they're still buying our debt, what does that say about over in Europe?
Well,
the
problems in Europe have not gone away. They've only gotten bigger, and that is probably the biggest risk for investors right now.
Bottom line is, hang on, right?
Exactly. Hang on and be safe, and don't try to be a hero.
All right. Vijay Murali from Private Wealth Management. Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Thanks, John.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you.
All right, let's find out.